Hey everybody, this is RockJester in another ranked game. I'm playing the full faction Savage Tundra Fliers versus Pooipants, number 36 limited. He's playing full faction Foreglore Swamp meta. So I start off with not a very good start, but I have Juya and Ice Snap. Decided to put down the Juya. I can get that natural font right off the bat. He sends me a have fun. I sends it right back. He drops a Augur of the Deep so he can hop and get the font next turn. I grab my font, scry, and then end turn. So he hops over there, scries, grabs the font, then drops another Augur of the Deep. I drop my Ice Snap, really pressure that font, move up my Juya, and scry, end turn. Hops his Augur so he can grab the font next turn. Drops a Slick and Buzz. Then moves his Augur over, not waste AP. He's waiting. Guess he's thinking about what he's gonna do. He scries, then ends turn. Move up my Ice Snap, see if I can get a Frost Cone off, but I can't get both of them. So I go ahead and just engage to contest the font, and then put down a Coordination Tower. And a banner, and then move up my Juya to try to do a penetrating shot on the Slick and Buzz, or piercing shot. And then I end turn. Check his Augur. Drops a Poison Cloud, and then uses his Augur's Slam, do 20 damage to my Ice Snap. Then he attacks again, do another 22 damage. And then another 9 with auto attack, or basic attack from Slick and Buzz. Brings me down to 19. Captures the font with his Augur on the bottom. Then he scries. And ends turn. So I try to put a healing hand on my Ice Snap, but it has warding, so I couldn't do that. So I Frost Cone. Thinking about Frost Cone, then I decide to declare target. Attack. And then with the AP I get back, I heal my Ice Snap. Then I attack with my Ice Snap. And then Frost Cone. Doesn't quite finish him, so I Frigid Barrier. And then wish my Juya. Threatens my shrine with his other auger. Then he is going to attack. He's going to grab the globe and then attack my ice snap. Tries to do a spell, but warding stops it. Attacks him, does 22, but doesn't kill him. So to finish him off, he monsoons. Then drops the Tide Master. So I scry, drop a Keen Eye Crown on my Julia, thinking I was going to need it to double tap. Then I'm like, I figure out I can just piercing shot to kill him. And then grab the globe and take the font. Fortify, so he can't get my shrine with his auger, and then in turn. So he scries, brings in his Tide Master, can test the font. Then he drops an Angel of Nourishment. And ends turn. So I Freezing Strike the Tide Master to get its frozen debuff. And then I go try to get the globe, but I don't quite get it. And then drop a battle ward next to the auger. And in turn. So he heals his Tide Master with Angel. Oh, first he disengages with Augur and then slams my ward into the shrine. And then walks out. Heals his Tide Master. Then taps my Julia. Checking out Tide Master's frozen debuff. Then start my turn. My Tough blocks the static damage. Thinking what to deploy. Thinking about Owl Raider or Mage Bane range or tons of damage. Go ahead and go with the Mage Bane for range. Then grab the globe and piercing shot that Tide Master. Engage the auger with my battle board and end turn. He leaps with his auger and then attacks my battle ward. Heals his Tide Master and then double taps my Julia. Oh, decides to tap once and then use his waterfall. Then he brings up his angel. It's looking fairly even right now. We both have one font. We have one of his contested. We're even on champs. Ends turn. I go ahead and decide to declare target the Tide Master. And double tap. Doesn't quite kill him off. So I bring in my Mage Bane to see if I get an attack off. But I can't. Which I was pretty bummed about. So then I have to decide how to kill him off. So I end up galing, try to knock them into each other, but I never remember how it works exactly. So I kill him off and then knock Angel away, and then decide to snowblind and engage with my battle ward and get an attack in. And then end. Should have deployed that turn, but that's my fault. So he attacks, leaps and attacks with his auger, contests the font with his angel, attacks my Julia. Then deploys torching cannon, attacks, deploys another torching cannon and attacks. So I was like, Jesus, it's 100 more right there. Then to finish me off, he does poison cloud, poisonous fume. So that's spent like 140 Nora right there. Keep forgetting how Foregoer Swamp is crazy with Nora. Then he equips a Tide Master's Bandolier on top of that, so that's like 170 Nora. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get rid of both the cannons without getting myself hurt too much. So I go into bomb, get all three of them in there. And then do an attack on one. And then decide against it, because it won't even finish it off. So I'm kind of stuck on what I'm going to do. Move in. Then I decide, well, I need to get rid of them. And instead of ice storming, I gale, forgetting that gale doesn't do damage to those. So it's epic failure right there. So then I'm like, okay, I need to stay out of range, both of them. So the only way I do that is get a little bit into the poison. Then engage with my battle ward and get an attack in. In turn. So he destroys my coordination tower. He leaps and then deploys Songstress to blind my battle ward, and then attacks with his augur. Brings in his angel to attack my mage bane. She's about to intensify. So it's looking pretty bad about now. He has 3 champs to my 2. That champ's about to full heal. And yep, so I decide to run away with my ward since he's blinded and 2 champs to 1. Then I say, okay, I do need to get rid of these stupid cannons, so I ice storm instead of deploying. And then they don't die, but they're gonna die from the chilled, and then I get the globe, and then in turn. It's pretty much getting one-sided now. Angel comes up to contest the font. Then he pygmy hippos my mage bane to grab that font. Successfully kills the mage bane. Moves up his songstress and his augur to threaten my shrine, and then decides to attack with his augur. And he ends turn. I don't really have much left to do, so I'm trying to think how I'm gonna deal with this. So I decide to put an owl raider down my top font. Then trying to figure out where I should put it. Alright, place my owl raider at the shrine, and then try to bring my battle ward close enough but not far enough away to get killed. Ends up being still too close. And nothing I can do else, so I end turn. Brings his songstress all the way up to blind my raider. Brings his angel up to contest my font next turn. Then leaps his augur to come in and attack my battle ward. Didn't quite have it out of range. Then he pygmy hippos my battle ward. Brings that hippo in to get the globe, and the other one in to charge my owl raider next turn. By this time I'm pretty much screwed. I mean, it's gonna have my font engaged. I try to do, let's see, what was it? I tried to cast a spell, but it got backfired. I think it was cleansing to get rid of that. Then I just end turn since I'm blinded. Attacks my shrine and my owl raider. Reblinds me with songstress. Ends turn. And that's about it, guys. I do some last ditch attacks on the songstress. Do a frost cone. Can't even finish her for fun. I was gonna try to frigid. Decide just to healing hands my owl raider. So he attacks my banner to capture the font, and then brings in his augur to attack my owl raider into his hippo for 28 damage. Then tries to finish him off with songstress, but healing hand. Then finishes off that banner. And drops a Boghopper Shaman and ends turn. Oh, no, he's gonna monsoon. Yeah, monsoon. Doesn't really matter. Don't have any Nora to deploy anything. It's got all 3 fonts. So I just go in, make it a good battle. Try to finish off his songstress. Can't quite do it. Can't frigid. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't do anything. And that's it. It was a good game, but I made a couple mistakes, spell spam too much, and that was it. Alright, thanks guys, have a good one.